This is Top 30 with Bukilawa. You're welcome to today's edition. We will be looking at the topic, good nutrition as it affects children in school. Good nutrition is a force that drives healthy growth and development, especially in the cognitive of a student. It prevents them from diseases because children that are not healthy cannot go to school to learn. Join me to welcome the food nutritionist, Ifakwajayi General Hospital, Mrs.Temitope Sikiru. You're welcome to today's show, ma'am.
Thank you very much. It's actually my pleasure to be part of this program today.
Thank you very much. We'll be looking at a lot of questions concerning nutrition. And I would like to find out what is your experience so far as per nutrition when it comes to academic performance of a child.
Thank you very much. It's a known fact that nutrition actually plays an important role in the development of any child. And development just doesn't start when the child is born. It actually something that starts even right from conception. So we are looking at nutrition even right from conception when the child is born, and when the child is born till the child starts going to school and everything. And we know that nutrition actually plays an important role in cognitive and mental development.
Yes. Because
for the brain to be well developed, there needs to be nutrition. And like I said, we said preconception, even when the child is in, as in conception rather. So we know that brain development actually starts as in the peak period is between in utero till the child is 5 years old. So if something goes wrong in the child's nutrition, even while the child is in the brain, is in the womb, then it will actually affect the outcome of that pregnancy and what that child will become. And we know that if nutrition is well placed for any child, the child will actually do very well and perform very well in school. I'll just cite this example. We normally promote exclusive breastfeeding in the first 6 months of life. Now, why do we realize that breast milk contains so many nutrients, more than 300 and something nutrients that we have in breast milk, that will actually enhance the child's development, physical growth, and mental and cognitive development. So research has been done, and we've seen results that children that are well breastfed will actually do better and perform well in school compared to children that are not breastfed. And of course, some people might say, oh, what of children that probably something happened and the mother is not alive to breastfeed the child? That's when we normally talk of giving that child something that is as closest to breast milk as possible. At the same time, when a child is 6 months, we now begin to look what are the things we need to give these children. From so these children need to get healthy food that will also enhance their development. And this development is not only physically, but mental and cognitive. So when a child is well fed, I tell you, the child will do better and perform well in school.
Thank you very much. When a child is well fed, that child will do well and perform well in school. As an author of a book, now that your child is 6 months, what to feed, and looking at the economic situation in Nigeria today, we find that people eat what they see. They don't eat what they really want. With your experience, what will you say is a balanced meal?
Okay, what you call a balanced meal is what we actually now call adequate meal. Gone are the days when we normally use balanced diet, but in this age we call it adequate diet. It's adequate in terms of quality and in terms of quantity. Before you can say that something is adequate, then the quality of the food matters a lot and the quantity. Most mothers or most caregivers are always concerned about quantity. They want the child to eat and they fill the child's plate with food. Now, what is the quality of the food that is on that plate? Is it just carbohydrates? Is it just about rice? Is it just about semo or eba? But what is the quality? Are they considering protein? Are they considering vitamins as in vegetables and fruits? And I also tell us that WHO has gone a step further with UNICEF to give us what we know as, we now call IYCF, we call it infant and young child feeding. It's also an intervention to reduce malnutrition even in our society. So we are saying that whatever food you are giving to a child, we know we have about 6 different classes of food. At least as every time a child wants to eat, a meal must contain at least 4 different nutrients from the food group. So when a child begins to eat and the child has access to 4 different nutrients at a meal time on a table, then with that child, we can say that the child there will be less malnutrition, the child will not be more predisposed to having disease and infection, and such a child will develop both mentally physically, and the cognitive, the child's IQ is going to be high because the child is taking, and we're always saying that for these 4 different nutrients, it's not about just carbohydrates alone, about our rice, no. We're going to have a carbohydrate, we're going to have protein, and protein can be in 2 forms. We have plant protein and animal protein. So when all these are combined together at the table, the child eats, and after the food, the child has access to fruits, whether watermelon, banana, pineapple, and all this thing, you don't need to be, you can actually get a 15 naira worth of pineapple or orange. So it doesn't have to be something expensive. If you can just look at how do I combine these nutrients together, then we don't really need to have so much money to be able to eat healthy.
Thank you. Now, narrowing it down to students, we say that when they eat well, like you said now, that it's going to enhance their cognitive development. And you mentioned something like quantity and quality. I would like to know how many times, talking about frequency, how many times do you think is adequate for a child to eat in a day?
I really want to break this down so much so that we can have a better understanding, because we realize that even in our society now, children as young as 6 months, they've started going to school. Sorry to use that word school, because they go to crèche. They don't stay with their mom. So even some children, they are being taken to crèche. They are not with their mother at a particular period in time. So when they go to school, the mother still pack food and take for them. Children 2 years old still go to school. And whereas normally in the olden days, I think it's when a child is like 5 years old, the child starts going to school, but that's not what we have now. So let's start from children like that. I said something about exclusive breastfeeding. For the first 6 months of life, a child should have access to only breast milk, no other food but only breast milk. When a child is 6 months, breast milk alone will not be able to supply all the nutrients that child needs to develop and grow well. Other food that we call complementary feeding has to come in from 6 months. Now, a mother has to go to work and will take a 6-month-old child to crèche. What is that child going to eat? Or what would that child be fed on? Fine, let's know that we don't stop breastfeeding at 6 months, continue to 2 years of age according to WHO. Now, for a mother that wants to take a 6-month-old child to crèche, what are the things that she wants to pack for that child in the lunch bag? Of course, mother will want to make a pap. What is the pap? It has to be fortified, because I said 4 nutrients at a meal. So it's not about just packing pap alone and probably sachet milk. I'm not surprised, even in this age, people are still giving children as young as 6 months adult milk, which those children will not be able to utilize or absorb, and it's going to even cause more damage for the children than good. Now, the kind of milk that you give to 6 months old should be milk, age appropriate milk. We have so many fan formula that is age appropriate that children can use at that time. So mothers should be able to look at labels. If that thing is not meant for a child, please don't give your child. Look at age appropriate milk. So for that pap, it has to be fortified. Then we can also do commercial series for our children from that age. But packing food for those children, packing 3 different or 4 different meals is not that. Children at that age should take about 2 to 3 different meals a day, including breastfeeding. So breastfeeding continues for such children, and they still taking 2 or 3 other meals that we call complementary feeding. Now let's go to children that are older than 6 months, are 2-year-old, they're already in nursery 1 or pre-nursery or something like that. What do we give them to school? They also need adequate meals. In fact, I said quantity and quality. Quantity says that how many meals that we have, how many the portion of the food, that's the quantity. And I said it's not about the portion alone. If the portion is right and the quality is compromised, then that child will not develop well, both physically, in developmental growth, and even in cognitive recognition and other things. So the quality also matters. That's why I said if 4 nutrients are embedded together in a plate, they will be able to get quality, because you are putting protein, you are putting egg. And our parents tell us that our children don't need to take meat, but they are the one that needs this fish, meat, and egg more. So a child that is over 2 years can actually eat 6 times a day. Yes, I said 6 times, not 3 times.
6 times a day.
6 times a day. People will say, oh, breakfast, lunch, dinner. No, it's more than that. They take 6 times a day. They take their breakfast, they take their lunch, they take their, but in between breakfast, they must have something to eat before lunch, and after lunch, in between, they must also take another thing. And the role of fruits, like I said, is actually very, very important. When a child is 1 year old, from 1 year old, a child should take at least 2 portions of fruits every day, not even just 1. But for children from 6 months to 1 year, can actually take a portion. But once a child is 1 year old, 2 portions of fruit a day. It can be 20 naira orange, it can be 15 naira banana, it can be 15 naira watermelon. This go a long way to even tackle the issue, what we call it, because with malnutrition we have 3 bodies. We have underweight, overweight and eating hunger. But with Freedom here, we can be able to tackle that burden of eating hunger.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been wonderful discussing and knowing what a child should take to school, what a child should eat in school. It is important that we give our children quality food with good quantity and at interval. She has dealt with so many questions today on nutrition for children in school. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back to Talk 30 with Bukilawa. We've been discussing with the principal nutritionist, General Hospital, Ifako Ijayi. We've been talking on the topic, good nutrition as it affects school children. She has looked into different areas, talking about the frequency of time a child should eat, the most important aspect of food in a child's meal, and what are the contents that a child's meal should contain. Thank you so much for your experience and for sharing with us. Talking about 6 times in a day, I want to find out which part of this 6 times is more important.
Well, I'm about to say that every part is important. But for children that are going to school, please, mothers, our children must take breakfast before they go to uniform. It's very, very important. I know that some mothers, when their children are going to school, they're always very busy in the morning pack and everything, and they don't ensure that your child must eat before he or she leaves home. Breakfast is king, so they say, and we still believe. See, important your child must take something before, because you know it's just like if you want to start your car in the morning and there is no fuel, I'm sure the car will not start. So the same thing goes with the breakfast the child will take. It's like a fuel for that child, and it's this fuel that the brain understands, and that is energy. So if the child does not take any food in the morning, the glucose level of that child is going to be very low. The child will get to school, will be tired, will be weak, will not be able to pay attention. Even if the child is paying attention, the child cannot comprehend well because there is no energy, there is no glucose to support the brain at that particular time.